We will be using this Ever After High doll. I don't know who she is, but we are going to use her head for this project. I'm not gonna be using the original body, but instead we are going to use this Hermione Granger body from Harry Potter. This body is less mature compared to the Ever After High body, so this is going to be perfect for M3gan. As you can see here, Hermione's feet is a little bit different from Ever After High feet, so I don't think any of the shoes that I got in my stock is going to fit her, so we're going to have to make a new shoes for her. Off camera, I have already shrunken her head using acetone method and also sanded off her sculpted eyelids. The outfit was a bit challenging for me since it involved some pleating and I have no experience on that, so I try my best to do it from scratch, so here it is. Yup, I almost burned the dress, but luckily it didn't do any damage, so remember guys, do some iron tests on your fabric before you do anything on the real project. In the movie, M3gan was wearing a double-layered outfit, but to avoid this bulkiness, I'm just going to attach the t-shirt sleeve onto the dress itself. For the bow, I couldn't find any similar ribbon to what M3gan has in the movie, so I'm just gonna make my own using some white acrylic and red ballpoint pen. Next, we are going to make her leggings. To do this, we are going to pin stretchy fabric directly onto the doll's leg and sew along the lines. After that, we are going to pass through some elastics around the waist and the legging is done. For her shoes, we're going to be making it out of Worbla or Thermoplastic and also some thick paper or cardboard. For those who are not familiar with Worbla, Worbla is actually a thermoplastic whereby you can sculpt with it when you heat it up. Worbla is very famous among cosplayers. They use it to make their costume. Since I am using paper for the sole, so I'm just going to protect it with some UV resin before I sculpt on the heel. I will be using epoxy sculpt for the heel. Epoxy sculpt can cause some allergic reaction to some people, but luckily it has never happened to me. So please wear your gloves, guys. Notice that I'm not using any gloves here. That is because I find it very difficult to sculpt using gloves on. So you do you, I do me. Next, I will cover everything with UV resin, and lastly I will paint them all over using black acrylic paint. Moving on to the face up, I sprayed the head using Mr. Super Clear off camera, and the reason we're doing this is because Mr. Super Clear will give us that paper-like texture on the vinyl so that we can draw on them. I begin by mapping out her eye shape using white watercolor pencil and lighten up her face using soft pastel. After a layer of MSC, I begin to draw her eye shape using brown watercolor. And in case you are wondering, I am using Paul Rubens watercolor set. For the eyebrows, I am using soft pastel to draw on the eyebrows and then erase them to shape. I also did the same method to the lips later on in this video. For the rest of the face up, I will be building up colors layer by layer and spraying them with MSC in between until I reach the opacity that I want. For the hair, I'm going to use this small hair, which I am going to turn into weft using glue. I'll be gluing the wefts directly onto the doll's head, starting from the back of the head up until the hair part. Once we reach the top part, we are going to glue the hair opposite of the hair part and then flip it over to the other side. And then we are going to repeat the process on the other side. Next, we will tame her hair down using flat iron and then continue to give her some curls. For the curls, I'm going to wrap her hair around tissue paper and then apply some heat with flat iron. To tame her hair even further, I'm going to wrap some cling wrap around her head and leave it overnight. I almost forgot about her buttons, so yeah. To make the buttons, I sculpted them out of epoxy sculpt and then proceed to wrap them with the same fabric that I used on the dress and then cut them up like this. And with that, M3gan is done. Thanks for watching everyone. See you again in the next video.
Break me down and make me weak again. After all, I called you my best friend. And up in here, I know the story ends with broken hearts and us playing pretend. Break me